Hello everyone and welcome.
You see, I've been extending the ads.
Yeah, you're doing good. Yeah.
Like you.
Hello everyone and welcome.
And welcome. In today's video,
Yes, we're just going to go ahead and get started.
Yeah.
So we're going to be checking out 5 reasons why the new MX-5 is better than the old original previous generation MX-5.
It's better.
Yeah, better than Phil. This is 20 years old, 1995. We've got all kinds of modern technology in this.
But you said we're going to do a video. There was nothing about that being better than Phil.
5 reasons why it's better.
No, but that's the greatest car in the world.
Yeah, but the new one, they've just improved upon it. It's only better.
You can't improve on perfection.
So what have you done? Okay, well, it'll probably just be me. So reason number 1 why the ND Miata is better than the NA Miata, more power. And so, you know, there's 2 engines offered. There's a 1.5 liter and a 2 liter, and that's either 130 horsepower or 155 horsepower. You would agree that more power is better, yes?
I would agree, which is why Phil is going to be getting forced induction very soon. Currently on 130 horsepower, so starting off with 113.3 or 113.4, and with only very few modifications, I'm now back up to 130. So 20 years old, getting 16 horsepower back.
So you're saying, what have you done to the engine and you've gotten 15 horsepower out of it?
So the main things that I've done are cold air induction, and I've also put on a lovely new header that's better for airflow, and I've got a full exhaust system as well.
So just adding a cold air intake, a header, and an exhaust, you're getting another 15 horsepower at the crank.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty good going.
That's actually...
I was really surprised. And the guy who dynoed it, Charlie from Surrey Rolling Road, he was also very surprised.
I'm actually very surprised. So I think I'm going to have to move on to the next point because that's honestly pretty impressive. So point number 2, we're going to be talking about the body and the chassis. And one of the really impressive things that Mazda has done with this vehicle is that they've kept the weight relatively the same as the NA Miata. So as comparison to the 1995, a little bit over 2,300 pounds, and this one's just a little bit over 2,300 pounds. So pretty much the same weight, yet this was a much safer car. It's got added safety features, and yet it's weighing the same. And one of the ways they've done that is through the use of aluminum body panels. So not only is it stronger and lighter with using this aluminum body panel, but the other benefit of aluminum is that it has anti-corrosive properties. Have you had any problems with rust? No problems with rust in a 20-year-old steel vehicle that's known for rusting out.
I had a little bit of an issue in that the whole car was kind of rusted from the inside out, but that was taken care of really quickly. I mean, only 5 weeks and about
just 5 weeks. Yeah, very short duration.
Yeah,
5 weeks.
Yeah. So actually, when I took it to MX-5 specialist Guzzle, the guy there, the owner, Nick, said he pretty much begged me to scrap the car because he didn't want to touch it. But I begged harder, and I'm better at begging.
I think he made the right call. You know, this is a better driver's car, I would say. I mean, it's got this modern technology in it, and yet it keeps the weight down. And so you have the benefits of the modern world without taking away, you know, the experience from a weight perspective.
Now, you say it's a better driver's car, and I would agree in certain respects. It's more refined, it's better for longer distances, but the Mark 1 is more visceral, it's more raw, it's got hydraulic power steering, not electric power steering.
That is true.
Feels better. And also the throttle response on the NA is way, 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 way sharper. It's honestly, and I'm not just saying this, it's the more fun car.
Yeah, that wasn't fun, was it?
This is actually a lot of fun as well, but you will smile a lot more in the seat of the NA. But if I were to go on a long journey, then this would be the car for me.
Fair enough.
It's quieter, more refined.
Now, reason number 3, of course, we're going to have to talk about the exterior styling. A much more modern, aggressive look to the new MX-5. The front end, much more aggressive. It doesn't look like a small child giggling anymore.
What? A small child giggling?
Yeah, a small child giggling. I feel like that's what's going on over here.
Like a small child
I mean, look at this.
This is
the
awesome.
Sharp lines.
I haven't finished.
Go ahead.
This is awesome. Everyone who sees this car smiles, thumbs up, get loads of looks. In a new car, you don't get this. This basically looks a bit
it looks like you had to add exterior mods in order to enhance the poor look of the vehicle. Is that what you?
Yeah, I've enhanced it. You know, I've let
enhanced
it flourish.
it because it wasn't that great before.
It was amazing.
Whereas this doesn't need it. I mean, what have you done to your exterior here?
Right, I'm going to tell you, Mr. Jason.
All right.
Okay, got some nice new wheels and wider rubber as well, so it kind of brings.
I'll give you credit; those do look nice.
Good. I've also got a lovely fetching set of TSIs, turn signal induction, so basically getting more air into the ferocious.
Yeah, I looked under the hood. It didn't look that impressive about what it was
big,
doing.
Right? It's pretty big.
Pretty big.
1.8,
yeah.
129.4.
For the UK, I'll give you credit. That's kind of big.
Yeah, allow that. I've also done the number plate relocation.
Yeah,
so,
it looks like it's blocking a little bit of airflow there for you.
It's fine though. I've got these. And finally, last but not least, at the front, racing stripes for added power.
So is this McDonald's? Did they sponsor this? Is that what you've got? Americans do love McDonald's, so I got to give you credit for that.
Let's not get into the kind of whole obesity
I feel like
problem over there.
you're trying to kind of get the Americans to also like car throttle, and that makes sense. That's a great way to do it.
The Americans already like car throttle.
I think that's a great way of getting some fans over. But ultimately, the styling on the new MX-5 much more modern. Anyone can get in it, and you don't have to feel bad that what you're driving isn't really that attractive.
Yeah, but you're not really making a statement in this car. It's like, look at me, look at this awesome piece of heritage. This just looks like a smaller version of a Z4. I mean, this is unique.
I do see a little bit of that Z4 in there, so I'll give you credit.
There you go. I mean, this is unique. You've got pop-up headlights.
Pop-up headlights, yeah, they're not aerodynamic. They add weight, and it's a mechanical problem that can go wrong.
These have not gone wrong once, and yeah, they might add a little bit of weight, but I'm going to have boost in January.
How about aerodynamic drag? I mean, that's something it's taking away horsepower from you at high speed.
Yeah, but I mean, this doesn't really do high speed.
Yeah, fair enough.
It does cruising, cool cruising, and
yeah,
with the pop-ups up.
It's not very quick, huh? So point number 4, I just want to talk a little bit about the drivetrain. They've made some modern enhancements to this. So with the ND Miata, you're getting a 6-speed manual gearbox versus a 5-speed. You're sending that power to a rear optional torsion slip, limited slip differential. And in the front with the engine, they've added Skyactiv technology, so you've got a really high compression ratio. And what this is adding is much better fuel economy. And so this is getting 30 miles per gallon combined city highway rating in the US, 23 in the NA Miata combined city highway rating. So 33% better gas mileage with the weight being the same and the power levels improved.
I mean, yeah, you can't argue with having 33%. 33%?
33% better fuel economy, more power, same weight.
Yeah, I would quite like that engine in my car then. And I would also like a limited slip differential. This car doesn't have a limited slip differential, but what it does have in its favour is its 6-speed manual gearbox. It's actually a really, really nice gearbox. In my NA, for example, every gear kind of screams to its top speed. So at about 80 miles an hour, I'm doing 4,000 RPM. So I could
use another gear.
I really could use another gear, yeah. Now, interestingly, back in '95, you could option the NA with a limited slip differential.
They offered a Torsen back in '95.
But I didn't get one.
Oh.
Whoever bought my car originally decided, no, I'm going to stick with my 1.8 and I'm going to have one tyre fire. So whoever bought it screwed up massively.
It says something about the Miata buyers, does it not?
It really does, yes, Jason, it really does, yeah. But I will be putting a limited slip differential into Phil very soon. You can pick one up for about £200 in the UK, and they're very easy to fit, obviously, because it was an option from you.
Sure.
So with that and with boost, I'm going to have a very, very slidey car.
So I think what we're going to agree on then is just that you would prefer the 6-speed gearbox, but aside from that, for the price that you're getting into the older Miata, it is pretty impressive the kind of technology you can get into for such a low budget.
I mean, absolutely. You can, if you've got $5,000 in the UK, that's maybe $8,000 US.
Yeah.
You can have a turbocharger, you can have an LSD, you can have wide body kit, you can make it look awesome, and you're not even coming close to the price of the ND. Obviously the new car is more refined, it's better for long distances, but for smile factor, you really can't beat
the new car is, though, surprisingly affordable.
This is awesome, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, really you can get into it in the US for just $25,000, so.
It's about $18,000 in the UK. And for the money, for under $25,000, you can't get a better car. This is a proper driver's car. Yeah. It will make you smile.
It will make you smile.
Although one thing I have noticed that isn't making me smile, Jason, is making me a sad panda. Right? Picture the scene. You're cruising on the motorway like a bit of a baller.
Yep.
Actually 10 to 3. And I like to do, and what I like to do is I like to put my clutch leg kind of up and rest it a little bit sometimes when I get achy legs.
Yeah.
In here, the transmission tunnel is completely impeding. I mean, it's a half of my foot space here. So I can't get my foot up like that. It's not comfortable.
Well, if you had longer legs, you would also have problems because they don't offer telescoping in the steering wheel. And so for me, when I pull my leg out of the clutch, I'm bumping it into the steering wheel. So I think that that would be an improvement. I also do agree, though, that if that transmission hump wasn't there, you'd have a bit more space. So clearly Phil's done pretty well in the comparison so far. So there's really only one way to settle this, and that is, of course, a race. So go ahead and start your engine. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go! Done!
No!
I won! So after completing the race, the ND Miata clearly winning, clearly the best choice here. Don't you agree, Alex?
Just because that roof can go down quicker than that, it's a better car. I thought you were an engineer, bro.
Yeah, and they've engineered it to be quicker, but that not only that, it's way safer, and the car weighs literally the same as that vehicle over there with all the modern safety technology 20 years later. Go ahead.
I'll agree with you that it's safer, more refined, and it also looks awesome. But at the end of the day, if I want to have some proper hooning fun, it's going to be Phil. It's more visceral, it's more involving. Sure, it's a little bit sketchy, which is why I've got the rollover bar and stuff, but I love Phil.
Well, I think what we can agree on is that the formula for these cars is a winning formula. So make sure you guys subscribe to Car Throttle. They're going to be doing a comparison with all 4 generations of the Miata. Tell us about what's going to be going on with that.
Well, yeah, as Jason said, all 4 generations, including Phil, including a stock NA, and including this beautiful ND. So
this
it's going to
right
be
here.
Awesome!
What are you doing?
Do it. Awesome! It's a car for a way.
Awesome! It's going to be awesome.
No. Let's do it!
Do it!
No, you got it.
I got to get down.
Do it!
I'm not really. Okay.
I'm done.
Okay.